Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Painted South. Today's video was filmed over a few days. It's a combination of DIY projects including DIY tutorials for ornaments and a fireplace mantle. It's also a little bit of a shop with me, decorate with me, and ultimately we're going to decorate an entire fireplace wall that includes a new DIY mantle and the Christmas tree I decorated in my last video. And if you happen not to really like exactly what I've done in this video or any of my other videos, I still hope that it inspires you or maybe triggers a little bit of creativity in your mind so that you can apply something from any of these videos to your home and make it just a little bit more beautiful. Zoe's got to be on my lap. She has to be on my lap. Are you going to help me? She just wants to be on my lap. Okay. Settle in there. You guys probably didn't know this, but to get in the spirit, I have on my kimono. Who doesn't have a kimono? It's not a robe. It's an authentic kimono. I don't even remember where I got it. I think it was a gift. Oh, arms. It's very nice. So I can't seem to stay off of Facebook Marketplace. So this video starts with me heading out to meet someone to purchase a couple of things that I found on there. Now with every video, I seem to be getting comments on my makeup. Either good, some people like it, or some people hate it and they leave a nasty comment. So I'm going to go ahead and warn you that I look like a hot mess because I was rushing to get out the door to go meet this person. So it is what it is. Hair's in a bun, makeup's crazy, I have some fuzzball in my eyelashes. It's life. It's real video. This is how my day goes. I was trying to buy these two mirrors from this guy on Marketplace, and somebody else was going to get them, and that fell through. So he just messaged me. He said, do I want them? Yeah, I want them. So I messaged you. I ended up buying two mirrors for only $10 each, and I kept on shopping from there. Okay, I had already gone into Pier 1 and purchased a few pillows. Now I was going to head into Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm having a bad hair day. You put it in a bun. That's all I can do. I need to dye my roots. My grays are coming in. I'm in my 40s. You just gotta do what you gotta do. If you put on bright enough lipstick, no one will notice. Okay, I tried to tone down the lipstick. Anyway, is this a thing? Do I need to get antlers for my vehicles? I was looking for fabric for DIY ornaments, and I found all of these pretty blue and white prints. I did see that they had these blue and white ornaments, but I didn't really like them so much. And I did find these navy blue paint markers that I will be using for another DIY project in the next video. Listen, I don't know what just happened. I went into Hobby Lobby to get a couple things, and then I don't know, it just happened. I don't know how it is. You can't go in there and spend $10. My husband's gonna be like, what happened? I don't know. So here's my theory. I saved enough money on those two mirrors that I should be able to get other stuff in Hobby Lobby. Makes sense. Things got slightly out of hand and I ended up with all of these goodies, most of which went on the tree. And I have plans for this beautiful fringed trim in my next video as well. I tried to buy blue, white, and gold items for the French country element of this style. And speaking of gold, I scored another gold mirror off Facebook Marketplace for $10. When you go to meet someone on Facebook Marketplace, you gotta be careful because you might get shanked. I'm just kidding. You're not gonna get shanked. You might get shanked. How many of you know what shanked means? Who is going to Google shanked? All joking aside, I love Facebook Marketplace. Just be careful when you're buying and selling and just use your common sense and always be safe. Always meet people in a lit area, preferably during the day, a public area like a gas station or something like that. Now with the fabric that I purchased, I decided to make quick and easy DIY ornaments. I started out by cutting the fabric into squares. And with the backside facing up, I took some old plastic ornaments that I no longer liked the color of and basically just wrapped the fabric around the bulbs, securing it with a few dabs of hot glue. Once all of the sides of the fabric were gathered at the top, secured with glue, I then took a thin piece of ribbon and tied it around the top, forming a small bow. And then I also put a piece of the same ribbon through the hanger instead of using a metal hook. I thought this was really cute, but it needed something more, so I cut 2 small pieces of ribbon and dovetailed the ends. And then I glued those pieces to the top of the ornament. And I put the ribbon through the hanger at the top, and then I covered it with the fabric. I made several of these, and Maxine was there to offer her guidance as always. I think these turned out really cute and they're a fun and easy craft to do. You can use any scrap fabric pieces that you happen to have, or even the little leftover ribbon pieces in any color to match your theme and style. Now for the larger ornaments, I wanted to add a bit of texture in a contrasting color, so I added this burlap ribbon with the dark blue for an extra layer. This is also a great way to wrap those round or odd-shaped gifts. So while I was out and about looking for blue and white elements to include in my Chinoiserie decor, I decided to stop into a few thrift stores to see what they had. And I happened to get really lucky at one of my local thrift stores that I would consider slightly sketchy. Now, sometimes you can find the best deals at those thrift stores. You never know what these thrift stores are going to have. So make sure you shop them and check them frequently, because you may just find what you're looking for. And I happen to find exactly what I was looking for and several pieces of it. Okay, these are some of the things that I found at the thrift store. I really got lucky because it is hard to find blue and white ceramic decor. So these were all from an estate sale. I guess they didn't sell, so they donated them. So these stickers are what they were wanting at the estate sale. I can't believe no one bought it, and then that's the price the thrift store had on them. So that was $1.25, $2.25. This one. Oop. $1.25. Well, that doesn't make any sense. $2.25, and that one's larger. Okay, and 6 for this one, but I got it for $2.25. I guess it just depends who's pricing them as to what they think they're worth. This little guy was $1.25. I thought it was really cute and looked very French country. So I would consider this a score at the thrift store, and they are different color blues, but I think that's okay. I think it's more interesting when you mix different tones of blues. This definitely looks a little bit older. I'm not really sure much about these. I have to look them up. I also found these 3 decorative ceramic balls at an antique store for only $5 each. And another Facebook Marketplace score for only $10. I'm sure if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I like things that look really expensive but don't cost a lot of money. We're trying to do the same thing with our house. Right now we're just trying to update it a little bit as inexpensively as possible so that we can enjoy it along the way. Ultimately, we want to do a full renovation with an entire interior design plan with everything picked out, but we're just not at that point right now. So for now, we are making small renovations, little changes along the way that make the house look better, but don't really cost a lot of money. And one of those projects was painting our brick fireplace. A lot of people don't want to paint brick, and normally I wouldn't either. But this brick was very dingy and dated. The grout just made the living room feel dirty because it was so dingy and dated. And while it's the same brick that's on the outside of the house, it just didn't look right on the inside of the house. So I made a DIY chalk paint and painted the entire brick area. If you're interested in seeing that tutorial, I will have it linked in the description box below. Here is the fireplace before. And here is the fireplace after. So I wanted a mantle for this painted brick fireplace. My husband whipped up a temporary one with some scrap wood that we had on hand, and you can buy very inexpensively at the home improvement store and make one yourself. Now the corbels we found at a flea market for very little money. These can get very, very expensive. You don't have to add that portion. You can just make the box and it looks like it is a solid log beam. We actually have a solid white oak beam to use as a mantle, but it weighed so much. There was no way we were going to hang it. So my husband made this temporary one, and it looks like it's a solid wood beam We distressed it. Take a look and let me know what you think.
He used a 2x8x8 for the front, 2x10x8s for the top and bottom, and then cut pieces of an 8x10 cedar block scrap to use as the end to make it look like it was a solid wood beam. He basically built a box by beveling the ends at a 45-degree angle, and he used scrap lumber as the interior support structure. To make the new wood look like an old reclaimed beam, we took a nail and pounced the wood to create the appearance of wormholes. Pine is very soft, so you don't have to use very much force. However, if you do want to make the holes a little bit bigger and deeper, just pounce a little bit harder. You can distress the wood by using a sharp object to create worm trails or a hammer for dings and dents. For our mantle, we used this Danish oil in dark walnut. It gives a natural hand-rubbed appearance. Now, I'm just using a paper towel here, but I recommend using a staining cloth. The open grain on the end will always soak up more color, so it's going to be darker. Because the stain we used is an oil, I used an oil-based paint in the color raw umber to age the wood and create depth. You can use as little or as much of this oil paint as you'd like to, and if it gets a little too heavy and won't rub off or blend in, you can just take a little bit of paint thinner to remove the excess. Again, I'm just using a dry paper towel. This was the mantle after my husband made it, distressed it, and stained it. He attached it to the brick using a French cleat system. And we had several sizes of corbels that we scored at that local flea market, but none were quite the right scale.
Okay, all of these woods were different. These corbels were a little bit too small for the size of the beam that he made, so he added this part to sort of step it down, and then he put this board on the back, and it was a different kind of wood because we didn't want to spend a lot of money. This is a temporary mantle, and he did an awesome job, and he added all of these distress marks with an axe and put the little wormholes in, and that was actually natural in the wood right there. And that big crack, all that stuff he added. And then we had the corbels, which we got at a flea market. They were unfinished, and that one I've already aged. So here, this wood is a lot different. So what I did was I painted hazelnut chalk paint over it to dull it down. And now I'm going to go in and age it. And this oil paint, because he used oil on here, just like a tung oil to stain them, it works really well. And you can see I've just done that right there. And you can just add as much as you want. And all the creases. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this. Hold on.
I did not age the top of the mantle because it was getting late and I was about to start decorating.
Okay, we're going to do a little late night decorating. Sometimes you get the best results when you're under the most pressure.
I finished decorating the mantle and the tree was already finished. And so I just added a few Asian inspired pieces to the French country style that I already have in my home to create my interpretation of a Chinoiserie Christmas decor style. These little Target dollar spot mini trees look more expensive when you add them to a larger base. This blue and white floral vase is available in the floral section at Hobby Lobby. I filled it with red hydrangeas that were on clearance from the fall season at Michael's. I am really loving this color scheme for our family room because it feels very casual yet elegant. And who doesn't love red, white, and blue together? I found these figurines at an estate sale, and I added the 3 blue and white decorative balls that I found at the antique store. The only time I'm glad it gets dark so early this time of year is when all of the Christmas lights are turned on, creating a warm, cozy environment for several hours every evening. I have really enjoyed switching up my Christmas decor style in our family room. Mixing French country and Asian-inspired decor is always a great design choice. If you like this chinoiserie style, be sure to check out Pinterest for more inspiration and decorating ideas. And if you like this chalk painted brick fireplace, be sure to check out my DIY tutorial, which I will have linked in the description box below. As always, I hope this video inspired you and gave you some ideas you can use in your own home. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and when you do, make sure you click the little notification bell and select the option All so that you'll receive notification when I post a new video or post on our community page. Please like this video if you did, leave a comment below, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.